How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. So, for this video, we're going to be talking about ICAST again. The last ICAST video, we talked about some of the weird, maybe gimmicky products that always come out during ICAST to catch the anglers, not necessarily the fish. But anyway, we are going to get into, for this video, the products that I am most excited for. And excited for a couple different reasons. You know, maybe they're cool, maybe something that, you know, there's stuff that I'm going to get maybe in the future. And there's some stuff that's really cool, but I'll probably won't get in the future. But definitely going to benefit a lot of different people out there. So let's get right into it. One of the first things, we're going to start with reels. So typically with like rods and reels, it's going to be kind of the same across the board. There's going to be a bait casting reel coming out and then its spinning counterpart and vice versa. So a bait casting reel that came out that won the best bait caster category was the Daiwa Zillion, and this thing is awesome. Like, it has their T-wing design. A lot of people really like that. They say that your line comes off the spool a lot better with that. And again, Daiwa, they are a Japanese company. You got that Japanese engineering coming out with them designing this reel. And I watched a lot of videos about it, and people are saying that they really like this reel, that it's like, well, I hope they like it. It's $350. Definitely not something that I'm going to get anytime soon, if at all. Alright, getting into the next part, we're going to look at rods briefly. There's a couple that caught my eye. So first off, St. Croix, they redid their Bass X rod. Just some different components on it. It looks like little different color schemes, and it looks really cool. It's gonna have a little bit higher price point, it looks like, but I think that's just going with some better components on the rod, and it looks great. And it's coming out with a bunch of different models for like every different technique you could think of, from casting to spinning and so on. Like really heavy rods, you know, and more lighter finesse rods. The whole spectrum. The whole shebang. And then is Eagle Claw, a company that's known for being more affordable. And they are coming out with their own line of rods. So they came out with the Eagle Claw 2.5 casting rod, and it looks really cool. It's all red, EVA handles. It's coming in at $60 for that spinning and that bait casting rod. And honestly, it looks pretty good. For like $60, I don't think you could go wrong for this rod. It's built on a 24-ton rod blank. And so that 24-ton, that's like a good sweet spot for rods that are going to be fairly sensitive, where you can like really feel your bite when you're working it, or feel the bottom, feel what's going on with your lure. So it's going to be fairly sensitive, but you're also going to have a lot of durability with that 24-ton blank. They also came out with, it's the Eagle Claw 3.5 Pro Series spinning rod. So they only came out with this Pro Series for their spinning rods, which was really interesting. So it has a nicer cork handle on it and some nicer components on it, and it's coming in at $150 for the spinning rod. So they're like, we're gonna hit that bottom tier of the market, the more affordable side, and we're gonna hit that upper tier. We're gonna get that little more premium quality side too, which is really interesting because I didn't see anywhere where they came out with a casting 3.5 Pro Series for that rod. So really interesting that came out with really affordable rod, came out with a more premium quality, more expensive rod. So I'm curious to see where Eagle Claw is going to go in the future with their rod lineup, and if that's going to include reels as well. And let's move on to some baits. So the bait category, was pretty crazy this year. A lot of like Japanese companies, JDM lures are coming, like, you know, starting to become more mainstream and have been for quite a while coming into the US. Like, Japanese anglers are just on a whole other level. So, Storm, for this first one, it's not to be a JDM lure, but Storm came out with a deeper diving wiggle wart. So that regular size wiggle wart, that's going to dive between like 6 and 9 feet. And this new deeper diving wiggle wart is going to dive into that 10 to 20 foot range, is what the description says. So you're going to be able to cover a lot deeper water with that, which is fantastic. Like, these lures look amazing. Comes with all like the classic new Storm wiggle wart colors, which you guys know that I really like. I'm really into the pre-wrap wiggle warts, but I'm going to be picking up some of the newer ones as well. Maybe do some side-by-side comparison. One thing that I really am curious about is, so in that jerkbait 112 category, Berkley came out with the Berkley Stunna. Yeah, the Berkley Stunna 112. And so a lot of influence with this lure came from Hank Cherry, the back-to-back Bassmaster Classic winner, and just based off the description here, he had a lot of influence in helping design this lure. And so just looking at this new Berkley jerkbait, looks like a lot of other like 112 jerkbaits, you know, Mega Bass, whatever, and it's coming in at $15 per jerkbait. So, you know, that's a little on the higher end side, kind of mid-tier, higher mid-tier side of the 112 jerkbait scene. You know, it's definitely, you know, $25 for, you know, like a Mega Bass Vision 112. But looks like a super nice bait. I'm kind of excited to see some reviews on that. Alright, and then the next one that I'm really excited about. This is where that Japanese influence is definitely coming in. So, Duo Realist, they're a Japanese company. So, right before ICAST, they came out with their Pokemon series topwater lures. So, you got the topwater Pikachu, and then you got the topwater, I'm not quite sure what this Pokemon's called, Kyogre? Kogra? I don't know, I can't say it. But, so, you got the Pikachu one, which is kind of based, it looks, you know, has that big wobble lip on it, reminiscent of Jitterbug. And so, when that goes through the water, that bill catches the water, so it rotates like this, so it's going like this through the water. Through the water, and then the other one has the wings, which is, you know, reminiscent of a head-in crazy crawler. So those wings catch the water, and it goes like this through the water. And those look really cool. The one with the flaps, the wings, that one's going for $60, and the Pikachu one, that one is going for $30. So I'm very excited about those. Maybe I'll have to pick one of those up in the future. And then let's get on to some soft plastics. So the first one that really caught my attention is this Fish Lab Slam-A-Mander lizard. It's a Slam-A-Mander. So we definitely see what they're going for here. It's a lizard style bait, but it's more of a salamander looking. So it got like the boot tail on the back, and it got the silicone skirting coming out of the like where the gills would be. And honestly, this, like, to me, especially this albino color, this looks like a lot like an axolotl. And those things are so flippin' adorable. Axolotls. They're so cool. And then moving on, this thing is just crazy looking. It's the Kasumi Dancing Bone Doctor Creature Bait. And so, and this is a Japanese brand, Kasumi. And this is a crazy looking bait. But honestly, looking at the underwater footage from the company, like, it just has a crazy action through the water. Just like jigging it off the bottom. And, you know, they were just doing it in a test tank. But it just had a lot of movement. So definitely, like, go check that out. You can find all these on Tackle Warehouse. That's where I'm at right now. What's the next thing I was really into? Oh, so this next one. This thing is super cool. So this is the Tackle HD Ned Mite. And it's coming in at 3.5 inches. And for $8.30, you're going to get a pack of 25. So that is a heck of a deal. Anytime you can get like quite a few lures for a pretty inexpensive price, I'm all about it. And this looks just like a Hellgramite. I hope I'm saying that right. Hellgramite. And then, ooh, something else that came out that was really cool is so Ugly Stick came out with the Ugly tool. So this is just their branding of a multi-tool. It has like literally anything you would want for throwing in your like tackle box, in your tackle bag, going out fishing. And I'm definitely maybe picking one up if I ever see it in my local tackle stores or Bass Pro Shops, something like that. And then one thing, this is probably the coolest thing in my personal opinion to come out of ICAST. And Jenko, they're a relatively new company, I'm not sure. They have some rods and stuff, I'm not sure what else they have. But they came out with a new swim bait rod, but along with that, they came out with some new swim baits to kind of go along with that rod release. But these swim baits, and like they have a wake bait too, a jointed wake bait. So these are made out of a plastic that is made from hemp. And so what the article said is in about, I think it was like 6 to 9 months, somewhere in there, like almost a year, this hemp-based plastic will biodegrade down, and all that would be left would just be the hooks and the hook hangers. So just like a little bit of metal, and everything else apparently will break down in the water and is like a lot less harmless than traditional plastics being left in the water. So that was something that I'm really excited about, this hemp plastic. So I hope that a lot of other companies will start adapting this into their lures, just so fishing can move towards a more sustainable approach. And there's a couple companies out there that make more sustainable soft plastics that I want to take a look at, maybe do my own experiment with, leaving them in a cup of water or whatever, seeing how long it takes for them to break down. But super cool. In my opinion, that's what the fishing industry needs, is like more sustainable lures, more sustainable packaging for these lures, just because we only have one earth to live on, so we gotta take care of it. So the last thing coming out, and this is also from Japan, so all these lures are like handmade, and they're super expensive. The most expensive one is $500. And if you like follow swim baits at all or use them, you know that this is going to be Roman made. And that $500 one is the Roman made mother. But they came out with 2 new ones, and these ones are a little more affordable. So the first one is called the Roman Made, and this is a collaboration between Roman Made and this other company, Ayumi. And that's going to be the Roman Made Ayumi swim bait. So it's coming in at $100, and it's going to be 4 3/4 of an inch, and it's going to be 1 ounce. So honestly, you could throw this on typically the person that has a casting rod setup would be able to throw this bait onto there. And then the next one is going to be the Roman-made Awabi Negotiator swim bait. So these are super cool. These are super sick. The colors on these are amazing. And it is coming in at $300. It's a 7-inch bait, and it's going to be 3 ounces. That's what it's coming in at. And these look so cool. They kind of have like iridescent quality to them. They look like very realistic as well, like these paint jobs. And these are so cool. Like, I can't wait until like some of the big swim bait YouTubers like start buying these to make videos about, because I really want to see them in action. But that is gonna wrap it up for this video. Like, thanks for following along with me as I geek out about all this tackle and stuff coming out from this latest ICAST 2021. And if this is the first time you are seeing me, please subscribe, especially if you like this video. And please share this video with a friend. Share it with 2 friends. Click that like button, and I will see you guys for the next video.